In American culture, two key values are competition and informality. These values are prominently reflected in the hit TV show The Office, a show I personally watched all throughout my childhood, where the characters' actions provide an entertaining yet insightful lens into these cultural traits. For my first character trait, I chose competition, which is a defining feature of American society. I completely agree with Cole's description of this characteristic. It's often seen as a driving force for personal achievement, whether that be for work or academics or friendships, where success is earned through individual effort and performance, whether this is in university admissions or internship applications, at least for U of I students. Um, Eventually, we have to get a job, and competition is always prevalent. So, in the office specifically, competition is central to many of the interactions. For example, Dwight Schrute's obsession with proving himself as the best salesman, whether through there's Salesman of the Month contests or even like Office Olympics. Competition in this workspace is always framed as a way to measure each employee's individual success and try to motivate them. In my own experience, competition is deeply ingrained into American life. While it can lead to excellence, it also creates pressure. Sometimes the youth call it as being toxic. But anyways, it can often overshadow collaboration. And in Swiss culture, in Switzerland where I'm going to be traveling, I think they place a high value on collaboration, teamwork, and respect for whatever hierarchies in place. The intense competition often seen in the office would probably be viewed as disruptive and immature in a place like Switzerland. So for my second value, I chose informality, and this is a key American value. It's particularly prevalent in places like college where people wear hoodies to class. But in the office, Michael Scott's casual approach to authority is a pretty good example. I brought this image to show how informal he is. He encourages his employees to call him by his first name, Michael, and his casual attitude towards workplace rules creates a kind of relaxed environment. The characters probably pretty frequently joke around and engage in friendly, informal interactions because it is a TV show but it does kind of reflect an aspect of American cultures in how workplace environments often behave. The informality reflects a broader kind of American tendency to blur the lines between personal and professional relationships. And while this can often foster a sense of camaraderie that is typical for American culture, it can also lead to like miscommunication and discomfort, which is often seen as very negative traits in Swiss culture. So often Michael is sometimes seen as inappropriate, and this can kind of be seen as positive and negative. This casual approach to authority might be seen as disrespectful in Swiss environments, as they tend to be more formal with clear distinctions between colleagues and superiors. So when I study in Switzerland next semester, I'll probably feel the discomfort due to the greater formality and emphasis on collaboration. I mean, while collaboration is still prevalent in the United States, the lack of overt competition could probably feel stifling. And the formality that is so common for German and Swiss cultures might initially kind of feel cold. It might be hard to talk to people on the street or introduce myself. However, I would probably appreciate the structured, respectful approach that is embodied in Swiss culture. So, in conclusion, The Office provides an insightful look at American values. It's a very funny show, and I totally recommend it. These values shape the way Americans approach work, relationships, success. And while, they subjectively work well here in the US, they may not translate as smoothly to other cultures. Informality is kind of a deeply ingrained part of culture, so if I dress poorly, I might immediately be biased against while I'm living in Switzerland. Understanding these cultural differences will help me navigate the challenges of working and studying abroad in Switzerland, and I'm truly excited to go outside of the office. Thanks.